It looks like the Olympic Village in Rio de Janeiro will win the gold medal for worst Olympic village ever. The people from the Australian delegation showed up and found out that it was just terrible. There was the smell of gas, exposed wires. It was bad news. And so they said, we're not going to go and hang out there. The best is the response from the mayor of Rio de Janeiro, who said in an interview, I feel like I might just put a kangaroo there to make them feel at home. So instead of, let me fix it for you, I'm going to insult you by saying the word kangaroo. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
First documented racism against Australians.
Rio de Janeiro.
Bad eye, mate. You know what I mean? Because they say good eye.
Yeah, I got it.
I just came up with that.
This is a bit of a mess. All the stories that are coming out about Rio de Janeiro, it's making me nervous. But I will be honest, I'm still a little skeptical because this is only the report from one country. I would like to wait to hear how other countries feel their accommodations are before I make a judgment call.
I mean, we've been hearing stuff about Rio for a long time too. Like they've already talked about how like the swimming areas and the boating areas are filled with sewage.
Yeah.
There's
I
all
didn't
kinds.
hear about
You didn't
that?
hear about that's
No.
been out for months.
Like the water burns your skin off.
Like you're
kind
not
of thing.
supposed to be in the water. There's dead bodies and
The
fish.
swimming pools?
No.
Oh.
Like the sailing and boating and canoeing, kayaking,
Oh.
like waterbound
The
events.
water sports.
This usually when there's a messed up Olympics, it's because like there's a world war or something. This
Yeah.
is just Rio. In Brazil, which just had like the World Cup, which is by some accounts a bigger event.
Yeah.
But like them not being ready. Like you just did a huge thing.
And what do you think it says that the mayor really doesn't seem to be taking these concerns seriously?
The
It
best-
doesn't send a good impression to the rest
Not
of
at
the
all.
global community that's going to be descending on Rio.
Yeah, AOC Chief Executive Fiona de Jong said she referred to them as, or Rio de Janeiro officials referred to this as teething troubles.
What?
Like a
Teething
baby
troubles.
who's teething. Like, oh, we're just growing and trying to figure this out. You've got like a few days
Yeah.
to figure it out.
This is, I mean, I already thought that we couldn't get worse than the Sochi Olympics, but we are, whew, boy, if the Olympics keep going downhill,
Well-
I can only imagine, like, if LA winds up getting the 2020 Olympics, how shitty is LA going to be by the time the Olympics hit us? What kinds of horrifying things are we in
I was
store
going to
for?
say, Jay, actually, they did indeed get worse. I'm going to interject with that smooth transition. A story actually just broke today about an MMA fighter who was kidnapped by Rio cops and forced to withdraw money from an ATM. So this was a New Zealand fighter named Jason Lee. Again, this came out this morning. He says, quote, yesterday I got kidnapped in Brazil, not by some random people with guns. I was threatened with arrest if I did not get in their private car and accompany them to 2 ATMs to withdraw a large sum of money for a bribe. I'm not sure what's more depressing, the fact that this stuff is happening to foreigners so close to the Olympic Games, or the fact that Brazilians have to live in a society that enables this absolute bullshit on a daily basis. This place is well and truly fucked in every sense of the word imaginable. And again, that story, Amir just handed me that before we went to tape. Like this stuff is
Yeah.
coming out. And again, Brett, we're days from the Olympics.
Right. 2 things. 1, if he got kidnapped, he's not good at jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely not.
2, like the place that they were holding him was actually nicer than the Olympic.
Yeah, he probably would rather sleep in that private car than in any of the beds.
Just finally a nice
You can at
quiet
least lay the
place.
seats back. You can get more leg room. It's good.
So then what's
There's
the
not shit
solution
running
here?
down the walls.
What's the solution, guys? Like, how do we move? What do you think Brazil can do to move forward and like reclaim a good public image?
Well,
I don't know.
I mean,
Probably not much.
a lot of athletes aren't going there, and this isn't even the reason that they've like pulled themselves out of the Olympics. A lot of the basketball players, a lot of them aren't going down because of Zika. Like that's the thing where it's like that's bad enough. If it wasn't like all the rest of the infrastructure being incapable of holding it, it seems like the only way to solve this, and it's really sad, is to like hold the Olympics in nicer countries.
But Brazil's supposed to be a nice country
Yeah,
too.
but
But then all of a sudden the government collapsed and everyone was like, "Oh, Brazil's actually not a nice progressive country after all."
Rio is like one of those places you want to visit, but you don't like know anything about it. Like
All I know is
Rio,
Carnival,
it's like
yeah.
there's a big strip, there's a big beach and a cool rock and a giant Jesus, But other than that, I have no idea what's going there.
You think
Beautiful
if there was
butts.
a giant Jesus, it'd be more protected. You got God's divine blessing on that Olympics.
Hey, they're like, we put the Jesus up, he must be broken.
We got to turn the Jesus back on.
They have 10,000 athletes in 31 buildings, and they're trying to fix it. I don't know what they're going to do. If you guys have any solutions to this problem, let us know in the comments section below. Oh, I forgot to mention, one of the previous times the Olympic Village wasn't ready, Belgium.
What?
After World War I. After
What?
World War I concluded,
I didn't know that.
I
Belgium.
didn't know Belgium had an Olympics.
Yeah, I didn't know we had an Olympics either. I'm very embarrassed I didn't know that. What does that say
Antwerp
about
in
me?
1920.
That's probably a reason they don't teach that in schools, because they're embarrassed about how that went down.
It wasn't their fault.
No one
There
talks
was-
about it.
They were like, I guess we're glad the war's over. Quick, build a field or something. Anyhow, give us your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.